What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to channel ANDERZÉN.
Hey, we doing that.
Yep, we're heading over to my parents' house. Today is the day we're putting an oil catch can on the MBWorld. Just recently did one on the C55, and Flashark Racing was nice enough to send one for all the cars. So I'll be doing them for the rest of the rides here soon too. But today is MBWorld's turn, so I'll catch you guys up once we get to the garage. Alright guys, GoPro's being a little weird, but we just stopped at Wajimaya for a quick lunch break. Figured I'd throw it in. What you got?
Fish.
Fish and sushi.
Yeah.
Yep, got some sushi, got some musubi, some mogu mogu juice. My son loves this stuff. Some wasabi so I can dip my stuff in. He wanted an apple. Yeah, we just chilling, getting ready to go, right? Okay.
We're not red. That red door.
Yep. Called Wajimaya. Can you say Wajimaya?
Like it.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the other one, Total Wine? We don't really go to that one. Let's get into the goods. Alright guys, so before we jump into it, we just wanted to give a huge shout out again to Flashark Racing. These are the catch cans that they provided. You guys just saw them on the C55. Actually, I have two of them. One of them is going to go on the Camaro. Let me know if you guys want to see a video on that. And I want to have Mike kind of walk us around this thing too, just to give you guys some insight on it. Beautiful car, super cool build, so definitely deserves some spotlight. But here are the catch cans. Let me go ahead and open it up and I'll show you guys what we got going on. All right, so just a twist off, and here's what the inside looks like. It has a dipstick, as you guys can see, so you can check levels without taking it off. But I ended up using some copper like Brillo pad material to use as a filter. It didn't come with anything like you guys saw on the C55, but I ended up putting it in to all three of them that I have right now, and there's actually two more on the way in black for the E420 and the ML63. So yeah, just basic Brillo pad material just to kind of catch oil vapors, to keep them from going back out on the outlet port. Inside is just, you know, bare metal. These are raw billet aluminum, so no coating on them or anything, which is nice. But yeah, pretty simple setup. They come with a bunch of fittings. Not a bunch, but two options. There's a 3/8 and I believe this is 5/8. I'm not sure, to be honest, but we'll be using the 3/8. And then I will also be using some T brackets and an elbow bracket, 3/8, to make my little customization for the throttle body inlet. A little less room to work in this one, but it shouldn't be too much of a hassle to get back there and kind of figure this out. So I will just keep you guys posted. By the way, I tried a resistor trick to fool the ECU for the EGR, but no luck yet. I think I need to try a different resistance. I tried 50K, but I think that it's, or not 50K, 50 ohm, 10K, or 10 watt, but I think it needs to be 30 ohm. So I will try that and update you guys. Here's what I'm thinking as far as routing. I don't have the open space like I did in C55 on the driver's side, so I think I'm gonna go with the back corner here, and that will also shorten down the hose length by quite a bit. So I think one of these holes on the battery tray cover, I'm gonna use those to mount. I might even make an aluminum bracket again if I need to, but I think this hole right here, it's probably too high up. I'll probably have to make an aluminum bracket, but that is where I will mount it, somewhere over there with the nutsert tool that I have. Keep it simple, and I'll just run the lines kind of underneath the intake over here, or I could even route them behind it back there. It might be easier. So we'll see what I do, and I'll update you guys as I go. All right guys, a bit of an update. Got my little aluminum bracket made, just need to drill the holes for it. Already got 2 nutserts in place over there, so I'm simply going to bolt it like so, and the catch can will bolt onto here. And a little trick I like to use for marking the holes is just throwing some anti-seize on where you're going to bolt to, and just pressing the plate against it, and it'll give you a nice little marking. I like it a little bit better than paint because then it's not all like sticky. Just wipe it off. So after you press it on, you'll get 2 pretty easy to spot holes, and it's okay if these are not perfectly vertically aligned, just as long as they're kind of in the right horizontal positions. Or rather, it's okay if they're not horizontally aligned, but keep the vertical positions pretty accurate and should be good. All right, we've confirmed both bolts line up just fine. So now I'm going to take this off, drill the holes for the backside so I can mount the catch can to it. I'll install it, and then we'll start routing our lines. All right guys, I got my bracket all fitted up. I needed to notch the bottom side just to make these bolts accessible so I can get it on and off. But yeah, nothing pretty, but it'll do the job. Let's go ahead and throw it on. All right guys, that part is done. It's nice and solid. It's not going anywhere. So now I will begin to figure out our lines. All right guys, maybe there's a chance you're gonna be able to see in here and see what I did. Yeah, you can see pretty good. So basically, that is a 5/8 silicone hose and 3/8 on, well actually no, it's like 1/4 inch hose tucked inside of it to make it a 3/8 seal on both of them. So that's how I stack them. It's basically just a double stack, and that way nice and plumbed for the brake booster line, and the fitting will be right there for the output off of the oil catch can. So yeah, it's my little life hack in case you guys don't want to use. You can do that setup even if you know, you still want to keep your traditional PCV line. So I was running it like this with that modification on the C55 for a while before I did all this. So yeah, looks like last step we need to do is just figure out our plumbing from the left and right ports and connect them up and run them back. Wires are going to be, or not wires, the lines are going to be pretty short in this case, different than the C55. So yeah, we're almost done. Also, by the way, don't worry about the coolant residue. If you guys remember, that was left over from when I first installed everything back in. I forgot to clamp the hoses tight down enough, and yeah, I need to clean up the engine bay in general. So all right, decided to do the output line first. Just routed it behind, and it's tucking right into here. Plugged up nicely. Now to do the last 2. All right guys, she is all routed up. Ended up using the little Y split down there. Would have been better if I had a T barb, but I only had a Y and 3/8, so it's a little bit snaky or spidery, but it'll do the job. But yeah, it's all routed up. Good to go. One more job tackled on all the cars. And for those that watched the intake manifold rebuild, this thing has been running really smooth. You can definitely notice a difference from before I rebuilt it till after, especially like the injectors and all the seals with those. It just seems to be running a lot smoother. So something I look forward to doing on the C55 as well. And I think I'm gonna do them on pretty much all the cars. The MLS63, I'm gonna end up taking the manifold off of that one because it's gonna be easier to do the catch can setup while it's off. And while it's off, I might as well kind of take apart the intake manifold. I might do the upgraded throttle body plate that is made out of billet by some aftermarket companies. And then I need to do the same thing for the E420. I need to rebuild the intake manifold because the little rubber donuts as the seals are shot. So yeah, it's kind of like this car inspired all those little jobs that are gonna happen with the other ones here soon over winter. So let's go ahead and start this thing up and make sure everything's good to go. All right guys, Let's go ahead and start this thing up. And notice there is going to be a check engine light. Like I said, that's me still trying to figure out how to code out or trick the EGR fault. So it's running fine and everything, but just an annoying little hiccup. If it was ME 2.8, it'd be a lot easier, but this one, not as easy to fool or code out like the ME 2.8s. Idling fine. It almost sounds like I hear a vacuum leak or something, but oh, that's why my dipstick is out a little bit. I need to get a new O-ring for this thing. It's just not staying down very well anymore. Alright, sounds better now. So yeah, that'll go ahead and do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed another catch can install. There's going to be 2 or 3 more. You guys let me know again if you guys want to see a little feature on the Camaro. The 67 SS, like I said, it's my stepdad Mike's. So if you guys want to jump into that thing, get a little more info on it, let me know, and we can definitely do that in a video coming up when we do the catch can on it. That said, it is going to be Cyber Monday coming up, and this weekend's kind of Black Friday weekend or Cyber weekend, whatever you want to call it. And I just released a new design on the anderzen.co store. It's an M113 power collection. There's hoodies, shirts, long sleeves, crew necks, metal, aluminum signs like garage signs, and also vinyl stickers. So go check those out. I'll shoot them up on the screen right now so you guys can see them. Definitely go check them out. Use code CYBER for 10% off. That's good site-wide for 10% off on anything that you guys can find on there. And yeah, that being said, I will catch you guys soon on the next one. Peace.